So the next article I wanted to take a look at is titled Christian Prophetess, God Told Me Trump Won, So Biden's Inauguration is Fake. And guess who it is? It's our old buddy Kat Kerr. But she's not the only one who's claiming that the inauguration was fake. We're going to take a look at this Kat Kerr article in a second, but before we do, I wanted to take a look at a couple other preachers who are completely disintegrating right now. This was a trend before Biden was inaugurated, basically after the election, but before the inauguration, between November 10th and January 6th, pretty much, and even later than that. People were saying, pastors were saying, God told me that Trump would get 4 more years in office. That's what they were saying. God told me that Trump would be in office for 4 more years. That's a tall claim. That's serious shit. They are literally saying that they are receiving divine prophecy. They're writing new books in the Bible. The words that are coming out of their mouths belong in a new Bible book. That's what these people are saying. Kat Kerr being one of them. So I figured what we would do is take a look at some of these nutbags who said that and see how they're reacting now, because I find that absolutely fascinating. I put out a video recently about Greg Locke. You guys probably saw it. It was actually a pretty popular video on my podcast channel. So the video was about Greg Locke saying, well, God never told me that Trump was going to be president for 4 more years, but if you believe that he won't be president, then you are buying into a conspiracy theory. So I wanted to go to his Twitter page and see what he was saying after the inauguration. So I pulled it up out of curiosity, and it was worth it. Let's see what Greg Locke, Pastor Greg Locke, said after Biden was inaugurated. These are all of his tweets from January 18th, before the inauguration, to January 23rd, maybe. January 15th, CNN employs the world's biggest race-baiting instigator, Don Lemon. Why is he going after Don Lemon? That's weird. Instagram and Facebook have both reinstated President Trump's accounts. Twitter will follow soon enough. Prepare for a truly unbelievable few days. Is that true? January 15th? I don't think so. I haven't seen anything from Trump. I'll have to check on that. The left is losing control and everyone can feel it. The news pattern becomes so predictable. Smoke and mirrors, folks. Enjoy the next few days. January 17th is when that was said. Just remember, folks, the military swore an oath to protect the Constitution. They did not swear to protect a fraudulent election. Dude is seriously delusional. Genuinely, honestly delusional. So that brings us to January 18th. Then we've got, don't listen to the mainstream media. If you think any real Trump supporters or patriotic Americans, for that matter, are really going to be in D.C. on Wednesday, then you need to lay off the juice. It's another silly setup. It's all so dumb at this point. More smoke and mirrors. I guess what he's doing here is probably talking about the inauguration. There was serious concern that there's going to be something done at the inauguration. Concern that was well-founded. I mean, there were open threats, and we saw pipe bombs planted at various locations and stuff like that. So then on January 18th, after that, he said, it's always easy to tell when the left loses the argument, the race card gets played. What is he talking about? Like, there's zero context here. I have every tweet from him from January 15th to January 23rd. What is he talking about here? Then he says on the 18th, the most popular president to ever be elected is actually so unpopular that he has no one showing up for his inauguration but still needs 30,000 bodyguards. Are you kidding me? Did he not realize that Biden specifically set the inauguration up to be virtual? Didn't invite people because he was worried about COVID? Of course, Locke doesn't believe in COVID. He doesn't believe that it's a pandemic. Biden gives a shit about COVID-19. That's why the inauguration was virtual. He had the traditional people there, which is past presidents and past vice presidents and senators and House members and all that other stuff. He had those people there because that's tradition. Except Trump, of course. Trump said he didn't want to come. Fine. I guess Biden probably didn't fucking want him there anyways. But no one else was invited. It was not a public event. It was a virtual event. So it seems pretty fucking obvious to me that Biden didn't have a lot of people showing up for his inauguration. Of course he didn't. He didn't want that. What is wrong with this guy? Here's his next tweet. To be clear, I've changed my mind about nothing. Trump will remain president. Ooh, interesting. Trump will remain president. Biden will be exposed. America will remain free. Revival is coming. That's a pretty on-the-nose claim. There's no backing out of that, right? No backpedaling on that. I've changed my mind about nothing. Trump will remain president. January 18th. Next tweet, January 19th. Whatever you see and hear today and tomorrow from the Biden administration is nothing but massive theatrics. This is the biggest drama the world has ever witnessed. So is he saying that it's all fake? Is he saying that it's like fabricated? Like, Biden is pretending that he's like doing a play and that Trump is really going to be the guy pulling the levers behind the scenes? What is he saying? Here's his next tweet, January 19th. The best is yet to come. President Donald J. Trump, 1/19/21. That was basically Trump's parting message. Like, he gave a goodbye speech or whatever, and he said that in there, I think. Here's his next tweet, January 20th. This is Inauguration Day. The fact that Trump won is just that, a fact. Oh my God, this guy. I can't control a takeover of willingly deceived people. I stand by what I said. I do not apologize for having deep convictions and strong values. I will not renounce my support of Trump. Hashtag hold the line. He's really not accepting this? We have a new president's been inaugurated, and he's literally... Okay, so he says Trump won, and that's a fact. That's what he's saying. I guess the inauguration went through, and I guess he's saying that Trump won, but Biden is the president. Is that what I'm picking up? Maybe his subsequent tweets will make it clearer. January 20th, same day, a little bit later. It's been 2 hours, and this wicked fool has already started changing our alliance with Israel. All you phony Christ followers that voted for Biden need to own this evil. Okay. I guess he accepts that Biden's the president. I guess he's backpedaling now. Because, if you remember correctly, he said specifically, and I'm quoting, there's only one conspiracy theory in the world right now, and that is that Joe Biden will be inaugurated president of the United States on January 20th. You've got to be out of your mind if you believe that. I swear, I'm just eating this shit up. I fucking love it, dude. I love it. Imagine this is Greg Locke's tears in the "We all die and there is no God, get over it" cup. Greg Locke's tears. Just taking a big old gulp. All right, let's keep reading these fucking crazy tweets. January 20th, same day. This is his last and third tweet on Inauguration Day. I plainly reminded our church tonight that we have zero biblical responsibility to submit to and support a known deception and demonic takeover. Demonic takeover. That's serious. God does not call his people to accept falsehood ever. Okay, so he's saying Biden is not my president. Fine. I heard a lot of that when Trump was elected. Trump is not my president. Blah, blah, blah. Fine. Whatever. If you want to sit in your little fantasy land and pretend that Biden isn't your president, far be it from me to stop you. I don't fucking give a shit, honestly. But Biden is making policy for the entire country now. That's really what I give a shit about. And Trump isn't. Most importantly, Trump isn't. So this is the next morning, January 21st, the day after inauguration. Greg Locke goes back on a tirade. Dear Governor Bill Lee, I assume that's Locke's governor. I think he's in Tennessee. Why are you bowing to the mob and once again trying to make things difficult for churches? Wake up, sir. You do realize you make us a target with this nonsense, right? We are not closing. We are not distancing. We are not masking. The guy doesn't believe that the pandemic is real. He believes that the pandemic is fake, that it's made up by liberals or whatever. He lives in a fucking fantasy land, seriously. So the next tweet, January 21st, day after inauguration, tweet number 2. Biden treats the military like utter garbage. People already have buyer's remorse over this fake president. Buyer's remorse. Biden doesn't treat the military like utter garbage. Literally every single speech Biden gives, he says, "May God bless our troops," or some shit like that. And most importantly, Biden is pulling us out of the Saudi Arabia/Yemen war right now. In my opinion, that is the definition of treating the military well. not putting their lives in danger. Greg Locke, January 21st, tweet number 3 of the day after inauguration. Wow, great first day for Biden. Killed 50,000 jobs, rejoined 2 dangerous groups. Rejoined 2 dangerous groups? What is he talking about? Does he mean the Paris Climate Agreement and the Iran deal? Those aren't groups, by the way. He did rejoin those, as far as I know. At least I know he rejoined the Paris Agreement. I don't know about the Iran deal. Authorized... Oh, my God. Welcomed migrant caravans. Oh, my God. I forgot about migrant caravans. I forgot those even existed. They existed for like 2 weeks leading up to the 2018 primary, and then they just fucking disappeared. Like nobody existed in the first place. It was crazy. It was only a political propaganda tactic designed to scare people into voting Republican. That's it. But I'd love to know what he's talking about, where Biden invited or welcomed migrant caravans. That's bizarre. Told ISIS to come on in. I don't remember that. Was that an executive order that he signed? When was this? Can I read the executive order? What did he do? What did he say to them specifically? Snubbed Israel, disrespected soldiers twice, got caught with no mask, and 3,000 died of COVID. He's acting like this is day one and those deaths are on Biden's head. As if deaths from COVID don't have a lag in the first place, like a 2 to 4 week lag. As if these aren't deaths that came as a result of cases caught on Trump's watch. This is fucking absurd. January 22nd. America is going to grow to hate this fake administration very quickly. Not one decision made so far puts America first. Let me give you guys an example of putting America first that I saw Trump do, okay? This is what really fucking disgusts me about Donald Trump. Here's an example of his America first strategy. Germany, in month 2 or 3 of the pandemic, like after the pandemic really started, Germany and some other European countries ordered masks, right? They needed PPE for their people because hospitals were overflowing with sick people. And Trump decided to try to commandeer those masks from Germany and other European countries. He just went there with the military and commandeered the plane and flew it to the United States. Trump heard that there was a vaccine being developed in Germany and other places and offered to buy the vaccine for American use only, or so American companies could sell the vaccine to other countries. That's America first, you're right. I don't want to be America first if that's what America first is. If it means being immoral and getting people killed, I don't want anything to do with it. It's fucking disgusting to me that somebody would do something like that. It's wrong. So I'm glad that Biden doesn't have an America first position in that way. I want a humanist to be in office to make sure that people aren't dying and make sure that we're helping people to the best of our ability and we're not taking advantage of anybody. If we have to take advantage of people to survive, then I don't want to survive. That's just what it is. Anyways, Greg Locke isn't the only person who's gone off the deep end. There's another guy that goes by the name of Hank Kunneman. He's of One Voice Ministries. So I wanted to read this and watch this clip and see what it had to say. This is by Hemant Mehta on the Friendly Atheist website. Nebraska preacher Hank Kunneman of One Voice Ministries has previously said his prayers would help secure Trump's re-election, and he's not about to backtrack with a few days before Joe Biden's inauguration. So let's watch this clip by Hank Kunneman and see what he had to say.
Why is Hank Kunneman standing? Because God is...
I love that he refers to himself in the third person. Why is Hank Kunneman standing?
Why is Hank Kunneman standing? Because God has spoken to me. And you want to call me false, and yet I have stood and I stand with God. I will stand with this loyalty, whether you think I'm false or not. If that's what...
Okay, now hang on. So why are people calling you false, Hank? Why are people doing that? Are people calling you false because you claimed that God told you that Trump was going to be president, inaugurated, as president on January 20th? Is that why people are calling you false? Let's skip back just a few seconds and listen to this one more time.
And yet I have stood and I stand with God. I will stand with this loyalty whether you think I'm false or not.
So he's turning it into a whole, I stand with God, and I don't care if you call me false or not. If you call me false, then you're calling God false type of deal. That's what he's saying here.
Loyalty, whether you think I'm false or not. If that's what you think, then you can take your opinion and you can shove it.
That's not very child-friendly. I'm genuinely surprised that a preacher would stand on his lectern or podium or whatever the holy fuck this is and say something like that to a Christian audience.
Take your opinion and you can shove it.
I wondered how these people were going to respond to the fact that they made false claims and are now coming face to face with those false claims. And I have to say, I absolutely love it. I'm drinking it up. Just like Greg Locke's tears, I'm drinking Hank Kunneman's tears too. Out of my "we all die and there is no God, get over it" cup. But Hank Kunneman isn't the only one. We've got Kat Kerr at the helm here too. She, as you guys probably know, made a lot of false claims about God. She's a prophetess. She claims that God speaks to her directly. She is a conduit for God to reveal things to the world. He inspires her to revelation. She's basically writing new books to the Bible every day and telling us how God lives and what it's like and the messages that God has for us. So let's read this article by Hemant Mehta on the Friendly Atheist website and see what it has to say. Self-proclaimed Christian prophetess Kat Kerr, who said earlier that Donald Trump won a surefire landslide victory in the election he lost and that God told her Trump would remain in office, now has the difficult task of trying to defend those statements on the eve of Joe Biden's inauguration. So this is January 19th when this clip came out, I guess. Before we actually watch that clip, let me give you guys a little tour of her thinking process. So it started out with something like this.
And if you will remember, one of the things he had me say was that Trump would win by a landslide. Okay. Now, in man's mind, in their human mind, they already put together what they think that means.
Right.
But many.
Oh, did I say landslide? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say landslide. You guys misunderstood. When God said landslide, he meant something different. He meant something other than the word that we all understand to be landslide. It started there, and as time got closer, and it was basically impossible to deny that Trump lost in the election, she kind of lost her shit on everybody.
Can you not stand and not turn to the left and give yourself as a partner to the evil that wants to take this land? Well, I say no. It will not happen. It will end, and it will be done because I say it will be done. Watch my hand move. Now that man is done with their process, I will put my show on. And no one will ever forget when that happens. There will be great celebrations in the streets of this country.
So that was supposed to be God speaking through her. I don't know if you guys picked up on that. She is completely unhinged in that clip. Well, she's put out another clip, and this one is right the day before inauguration. This is January 19th when this clip came out. So let's watch this one and see if she's any less unhinged.
There's so much activity going on. Things are already starting to crumble under the feet of those who think they have won.
Wow.
You need to remember, that's why God will tell me specific things. I know what he's saying because I see it.
You see it happening.
Yeah, something is happening major.
Okay, interesting. So she's saying she knows when something is happening because God tells her and she sees it. So I guess she's saying she saw Trump getting inaugurated on the 20th, right? Is that what she's telling us right now?
And I want to encourage everybody right from the start, that doesn't mean that Biden won't have his fake inauguration tomorrow.
Oh, so it's changing now. I guess he is going to be inaugurated because just like a week ago, that's not what she was saying. Just a week ago, she was saying that Trump was definitely going to be inaugurated. And a week before that, she was saying Trump is definitely going to win in a landslide. You just misunderstand the word landslide is all. And a week before that, she said, Trump's going to win in a landslide, period. It is the most entertaining thing in the world to watch these people backpedal and flail wildly in the water. I fucking love it. It's just so sweet to watch. Let's finish this clip out.
And I want to encourage everybody right from the start, that doesn't mean that Biden won't have his fake inauguration tomorrow, but you have to understand it's not what's real.
I'm not exactly sure what she means by that. Is she saying that it's not real in the sense that we're like in the Matrix and what we're seeing in front of us isn't real? In real life, Trump is actually being inaugurated? Are they using like holograms or something? Or is she saying that it's not real as in Trump really won, but, you know, we've got Biden up there anyway, so he's going to be president for the next 4 years? How far down the insane rabbit hole is she right now? That's my real question. Based on the fact that she completely fucking disintegrated the other day with this one.
Can you not stand and not turn to the left and give yourself as a partner?
And now she's way, way calmer. I'm guessing she probably had to come to terms with the fact that Biden is the president for the next 4 years. Let's keep reading this article by Hemant Mehta. This is a quote from the video that we just watched. Something is happening, major, and I want to encourage everybody right from the start. That doesn't mean that Biden won't have his fake inauguration tomorrow, but you have to understand it's not what's real. This is Hemant Mehta speaking. It's real. Trump has already moved his stuff to Florida. Members of his administration have resigned or quit in anticipation of what's to come. The farewell speeches have already been made. The conspiracies have not borne out, and the wingnuts are scraping the bottom of the internet barrel to find a way to communicate with each other because the usual cesspools of social media want nothing to do with them. The host of the show said nothing to challenge her delusions, because challenging delusions goes against the entire platform of remaining Trump supporters. In a little while, we're actually going to take another look at this guy, Steve Schultz, interviewing somebody else, Johnny Enlow. Dude is a total nutcase, seriously. There's something very, very wrong with this guy's brain that he says and does the things that he does. No joke. And you'll see exactly what I mean a little bit later. But this guy doesn't push back on anything that people say. And I find it fascinating because they say some real crazy shit on his platform. Steve Schultz on this Elijah Streams YouTube channel. They say real weird stuff on there. Real weird stuff. And I keep thinking, like, he doesn't buy this, right? Like, some of the things that his guests say are contradictory. So is he just, like, gonna stop bringing this one specific person on? Like, which things does he believe? But he brings them on again. Every fucking time I see Kerr, it's almost always on this guy's stream. Every time I see Johnny Enlow, Pastor Johnny Enlow, it's always on this guy's stream. It's like the cognitive dissonance is irrelevant to him. He doesn't give a shit. He knows that these people are making contradictory claims and real questionable claims about speaking for God, and God said this and that thing and all of that other stuff. And he still invites them on. He still believes it. What is wrong with this guy? It's really, really weird. Watching these people disintegrate like this is just absolutely glorious. I wouldn't give it up for anything in the world.